Okay, welcome again to Decoding Attraction, where we sometimes look at questions from Reddit. So let's answer this one from Dating Advice. It's a few days back. Why would the girl I went out on the first date not order any food? All right, so let's start with that. Okay, that was the plan too, to meet up, walk around, and see what place sounded good to eat. The date was built around eating somewhere. She even suggested the place we eat at, a place that she has been before. Why is she suggesting? Isn't it, aren't you the guy? I'm assuming that, you set the date, you're dating the girl, you set the place, you set the stage, you decide what the date looks like and what it's about. Um, Also, how's a date built around eating? Wouldn't it be uh, getting to know each other? So we sit down and order some drinks, and when the waiter came back to take our food order, she told me to order first. But then the waiter asked her what she wanted. She said she was fine with just a drink. So there I am eating my food. So let's go back a little bit. So she told you, so she went ahead and said, "You order first, ladies first." Okay, so there I am eating my food while she stares at me and continues to talk and ask me questions. But that's good. She's engaged. So I'm like trying to talk in between bites and time it so that I'm not chewing when she use punctuation. This is hard to read. I know this wasn't written directly to me, but writing, punctuation, communication makes it a little bit easier. Um, so I'm not chewing when she asked me a question. I think I handled it well, but I still found it strange, awkward that she did that. Okay, it's kind of an interesting one because it sounds like she was engaged. It sounds like she was having a good time being on a date. She was asking questions, but the real question isn't, well, why didn't she eat? What I find interesting is, why are you asking Reddit? Who on Reddit's going to know why she didn't eat? My curiosity would ask me a separate question, which is, why didn't you ask her why she didn't eat? She suggested the place. I'd be curious. That being said, don't be surprised. There's a number of questions why women don't necessarily eat or want to participate as much as you. For example, if she eats and now she feels like, okay, well, he's covering the date, he's spending a lot of money. Maybe there's some kind of I feel like now I have to go be with him longer. Maybe she's not that into the date. Okay, she doesn't. Maybe she goes, oh shit, if I get my date paid now, I got to put out. We don't know. Bottom line is this: were you having a good time? Did you want to eat? She said to you, you order first. So right off the bat, who's following who? Who's leading who? That could have turned her off. Remember, it's innate of women to follow a leader. If you're not leading, she might get turned off and she might not even know why she got turned off. So in the future, when you make a date, make a solid date. Don't be waffling on dates. If she allows you, pick her up at her place. Open the door. Be a gentleman. Go to the place that you've already set reservations, if you did reservations. Okay, set the date up. Have good conversation. And what is good conversation? Good conversation is asking good quality questions, listening to her answer, asking follow-up related questions, moving the intimacy, not necessarily kissing or anything, the emotional intimacy slowly. After that, please take her to a secondary location where maybe you have drinks, some kind of whatever, after bites, whatever, dessert. Then take her for a drink. So now she feels like she had three dates. It gets her one step closer to being, and that's like 3 dates. So on average, women will sleep with a guy between 3 and 4 dates into knowing him. Well, if you make 3 or 4 dates in 1 or 2 dates, then you're closer to the promised land a lot quicker. So don't get caught up into why a woman does a thing. Okay. I know it doesn't make sense. Not everything has to be logical. Women are emotional, beautiful creatures that sometimes act weird. Don't get weirded out. Okay. So remember, set the date. Ask her out, set the date, pick her up, have a great date, and take her to a couple other dates, and it'll be a much easier situation than what you spent. Don't be following her lead. Now, at the same time, don't be difficult for no reason. So if you have any other questions, please write to me, send me a DM, and do some punctuation. Might be easier for me to read. All right, have a good one. Bye.